lift the stained fabric. Hide the iron. Look. Pushing the dirty mattress off the rusty box spring, listening to the late night neighborhood sirens ring, tucking the thick stacks of dirty paper deep inside, finding a safe dark place for the street hustle to hide, placing the freezing metal pistol right next to the cash, building a completely hidden dangerous project stash, pulling the thin white sheet back over the lumpy bed, resting the deeply exhausted paranoid street head. The cold steel barrel pokes through the cheap cotton foam, making a violent fortress out of the project home. Trying to close the tired eyes for just a single hour, protecting the hidden source of the neighborhood power. Every slight creak of the floorboards brings a sudden chill, keeping the trigger finger ready to protect and kill. Sleeping on top of the hidden paper in the cold steel, knowing exactly how the late night Queensbridge terrorists feel. The mattress hides the dirty secrets of the project grind, trapping exhausted soldier in the dark, paranoid mind. Sleeping on top of the hidden paper and the cold steel, knowing exactly how the late night Queensbridge terrorists feel. Tossing and turning above the frozen iron magazine, surviving the unforgiving violent neighborhood scene. The lumpy stacks of money dig right into the aching spine, crossing the dangerous invisible midnight project line. The sudden loud bang in the hallway makes the heartbeat spike, gripping the hidden handle ready to violently strike, sliding a sweaty hand underneath the thin flat pillow, dodging the hanging branches of the dark weeping willow. The metal absorbs the freezing draft from the broken glass, watching the terrifying shadows of the streetwalkers pass, never catching a full night of deep peaceful REM sleep, hearing the sneaky footsteps of the precinct detectives creep. The mattress spring squeak loud, revealing the secret spot, keeping the legal hustle hidden when the block is hot. Dreaming about the rival crew kicking down the front door, waking up instantly to fight the ruthless neighborhood. Sleeping on top of the hidden paper and the cold steel, knowing exactly how the late night Queensbridge terrorists feel. The mattress hides the dirty secrets of the project grind, trapping exhausted soldier in the dark, paranoid mind. Sleeping on top of the hidden paper and the cold steel, knowing exactly how the late night Queensbridge terrorists feel. Tossing and turning above the frozen iron magazine, surviving the unforgiving violent neighborhood scene.
Keep one eye open. Do not fall asleep. Do not fall asleep.
The morning sun peeks through the taped up cracked window pane, surviving another brutal night inside the dark project rain, rolling off the uncomfortable bed with a stiff sore back, surviving the mental torture of a silent sneak attack, lifting the fabric to count the dirty paper once again, checking the loaded clip to fight the violent street men. The hidden stash remains untouched underneath the cheap thread, walking away from the dangerous secrets of the project bed. The Queensbridge paranoia never takes a single day off, fearing a suspicious neighbor give a fake clearing cough. They freeze and metal waits patiently for the dark night to fall, answering the dangerous gritty neighborhood survival call. Watch the stash, let the beat fade out.
Duck down fast, hit the floor. Look, pushing the heavy glass doors to the building base, stepping right into a deadly project space. A sudden flash of fire lights up the dark hall, pressing the freezing cheek against the cold brick wall. Hot lead flies through the bitter winter air, dodging the violent chaos with a terrified stare. The metal hits the ceramic tile with a sharp crack, sending a massive shiver down the freezing back. Sparks fly bright against the dirty lobby floor, surviving the sudden outbreak of a street war. The terrifying whistle of a missed hollow point, eradicating the peace inside the neighborhood joint. Covering the head with shaking bare hands, understanding the brutal rules of these dark lands. The deadly ricochet echoes loud in the tile space. Fighting to survive this dangerous Queensbridge place. Flying metal bounces off the freezing concrete, bringing the brutal violence of the winter street. The deadly ricochet echoes loud in the tile space. Fighting to survive this dangerous Queensbridge place. Crawling low beneath the flying sparks of dread, dodging the unpredictable bounce of the hot lead. The deafening blast ring loud in the sensitive ears, manifesting the deepest dark neighborhood fears. A stray shot shatters the hanging fluorescent light, plunging the entire lobby into a pitch black night. The smell of burnt gunpowder fills the dry throat, zipping up the collar of the heavy winter coat. Another violent spark jumps off the metal stair, flying inches away from the freezing winter air. Hearing the heavy boots scatter out the back door, leaving a thick silence on the dirty tile floor. The vibrating echo slowly fades into the dark, leaving a permanent physical street survival mark. Standing up slow with a racing paranoid heart, watching the terrified project shadows depart. The deadly ricochet echoes loud in the tile space. Fighting to survive this dangerous Queensbridge place. Flying metal bounces off the freezing concrete, bringing the brutal violence of the winter street. The deadly ricochet echoes loud in the tile space. Fighting to survive this dangerous Queensbridge place. Crawling low beneath the flying sparks of dread, dodging the unpredictable bounce of the hot lead. Yeah. Check your chest. Breathe deep. Look. Brushing the broken glass off the heavy goose down, surviving another night in this violent project town. The shattered tile reveals the concrete bone beneath, gritting the jaw tight, showing the grinding teeth. Stepping over the smoking brass shell casings, ignoring the frantic internal heartbeat paces. The unpredictable bounce makes the block so cold, adding a dark chapter to the stories being told. Walking up the dark stairwell to the safe floor, leaving a chaotic scene of the lobby war. The Queensbridge survival instinct passes the test, feeling the heavy adrenaline beating in the chest. Watch the bounce, let the beat fade out. Watch the bounce, let the beat fade out.
Grab the brass ring. Do not drop them. Look. Sprinting up the narrow project stairs out of breath, running from the incoming shadow of sudden death. Hearing the heavy boots stomping on the bottom floor, racing toward the safety of the metal apartment door. Reaching the frantic hand deep inside the winter coat, feeling the terrified pulse beating inside the throat. Pulling the heavy brass ring from the denim pocket, preparing to jam the sharp metal inside the socket. The anxious sweating fingers begin to violently shake, making the worst physical mistake a man can make. The entire key ring slips right past the freezing thumb, listening to the echoing terrifying street drum. Watching the shiny metal fall, hitting the dirty tile, testing the desperate project survival for a while. Drop keys echoing loud in the dark hallway, fighting to survive a brutal Queensbridge day. Fumbling the brass lock while the enemy gets near, swallowing down a massive gulp of freezing winter fear. Drop keys echoing loud in the dark hallway, fighting to survive a brutal Queensbridge day. Scraping the bleeding knuckles on the concrete floor, trying to open up the heavy steel project door. The rival crew turns the corner of the second flight, bringing the violent chaos to the freezing winter night. Diving down fast to grab the jagged metal teeth, feeling the cold, unforgiving concrete underneath. The shaky hand finally secures the heavy brass ring, ignoring the brutal pain of the winter weather sting. Shoving the cold key right into the stubborn slot, surviving the intense pressure when the block gets hot. The rusty cylinder refuses to easily turn around, listening to the heavy approaching violent sound, applying the massive force to break the stubborn jam. Hearing the loud click before the enemies can slam, pushing the heavy metal door open with a shoulder, proving the heart of a gritty project street soldier. Drop keys echoing loud in the dark hallway, fighting
to survive a brutal Queensbridge day. Fumbling the brass lock while the enemy gets near. Swallowing down a massive gulp of freezing winter fear. Drop keys echoing loud in the dark hallway. Fighting to survive a brutal Queensbridge day. Scraping the bleeding knuckles on the concrete floor. Trying to open up the heavy steel project door. Turn the lock, slam it shut, Look, throwing the entire body weight against the heavy steel, knowing exactly how to roll Queensbridge panic feel. Turning the deadbolt tight, clicking into the frame, winning the Terrifier midnight project survival game. Sliding to the floor, breathing heavy in the dark room, escaping the closing jaws of the neighborhood doom. The angry enemies bang hard against the outside wall, surviving the absolute closest terrifying project call. Gripping the brass keys tight in the sweating palm, waiting for the racing paranoid heart to get calm. The clumsy mistake almost cost a vital human breath, dodging the incoming kiss of the violent street death. Hold them tight, let the beat fade out. Let the beat fade out. Let the beat fade out. Eyes open, fight to sleep. Look, yeah. Staring at the cracked ceiling in the pitch black room, fighting the heavy exhaustion and the impending doom. The heavy eyelids beg to finally close shut tight, but the paranoid mind survives the dangerous night. Sleeping brings a total lack of vital street defense, leaving the physical body vulnerable and tense. Listening to the distant elevator cables creak, waiting for the hidden neighborhood enemies to sneak. The rusted radiator hisses a violent warning sound, hearing heavy footsteps pacing on the outside ground, gripping the cold iron handle underneath the sheet, refusing to become a victim of the ruthless street. The digital clock glows a bright menace in red, dodging the permanent rest of the project dead. Insomnia rules the dark hours of the violent block, watching the glowing numbers on the midnight clock. Closing the tired eyes means losing the tactical edge, walking the dangerous tightrope on the concrete ledge. Insomnia rules the dark hours of the violent block, watching the glowing numbers on the midnight clock. The Queensbridge shadows never take a night off, hearing the sudden echo of a distant hallway call. Yeah. The exhausted brain plays a wicked, terrifying trick, making the anxious twisted stomach incredibly sick. Shadows morph into shooters creeping through the hall, waiting for the deadly neighborhood reaper to call. A sudden siren wails down the main Project Avenue, wondering exactly what the tactical detectives do. Splashing freezing tap water on the tired raw face, pacing the tight floorboards of the apartment space. The heavy toll of surviving breaks the mental health, protecting the hidden stash of the underground wealth. A deep slumber feels like a massive deadly trap, studying the treacherous details of the project map. Coffee and pure adrenaline fuel the beating heart, tearing the peaceful dreams of a normal life apart. Insomnia rules the dark hours of the violent block, watching the glowing numbers on the midnight clock. Closing the tired eyes means losing the tactical edge, walking the dangerous tightrope on the concrete ledge. Insomnia rules the dark hours of the violent block, watching the glowing numbers on the midnight clock. The Queensbridge shadows never take a night off, hearing the sudden echo of a distant hallway call. Yeah. Stay away. Watch the door. Look. Yeah. The early morning sun bleeds through the tape window blind, bringing the tiny sliver
never a peace to the chaotic mind. Surviving another brutal night without a single wink, forcing the hyper-vigilant street soldier to overthink. The daylight offers a brief temporary safe shield before the dark terrors of the night are revealed. The brutal cycle repeats when the street lights glow, trapped inside the unforgiving Queensbridge undertow. The dark bags under the eyes tell a violent tale, refusing to let the gritty survival tactics fail. The iron piece remains firmly gripped in the right hand, mastering the psychological warfare of this dark land. Not sleep. Let the beat fade out.
Yeah. Listen to the wind. Count the blocks. Look. Yeah. Yeah. Standing dead still on the freezing project roof, searching the dark horizon for tactical proof. The faint wail of a siren rides the midnight breeze, making the blood inside the paranoid veins freeze. Calculating the exact distance by the rising sound, staring hard at the sleeping neighborhood ground. The noise bounces off the towering brick tower, surviving the agonizing late night street hours, trying to guess if they turn down the main avenue, knowing exactly what the ruthless detectives do. A faint flash of red hits the distant bridge still, understanding how the raw urban panic feel, gripping the iron handle tight in the winter coat, swallowing the rising fear inside the dry throat. Distant sirens echo through the freezing night air, watching the flashing lights with a terrifying stare, counting the concrete blocks between the incoming raid, hiding deep inside the dark Queensbridge shade. Distant sirens echo through the freezing night air, watching the flashing lights with a terrifying stare, gauging the exact speed of the approaching threat, wiping away a cold drop of paranoid sweat. The shrill noise grows louder, bouncing off the glass, watching the late night civilian vehicles pass. They sound about 4 street lights away from the door, preparing the mind for the incoming project war, checking the roof escape route just to be safe, feeling the hidden metal weapons start to chafe. The blue strobe reflection hits the bedroom wall, waiting for the violent tactical squad to call. The volume drops low when they cross the intersection, looking for a brand new method of street protection. They might be rolling past to raid a rival crew, paying the dark toll that the neighborhood is due. The whistling wail bends around the corner bodega, listening to the soundtrack of this brutal urban saga. Distant sirens echo through the freezing night air, watching the flashing lights with a terrifying stare, counting the concrete blocks between the incoming raid, hiding deep inside the dark Queensbridge shade. Distant sirens echo through the freezing night air, watching the flashing lights with a terrifying stare, gauging the exact speed of the approaching threat, wiping away a cold drop of paranoid sweat. Yeah. They turn in the corner, stay in the shadows. Look, the loud engine roars past the front of the building, watching the dark empire the hustlers are building. The flashing lights paint the alleyway bright red, dodging the permanent sleep of the project dead. The police cruiser keeps speeding down the cold block, releasing the tight grip on the loaded metal Glock. The fading siren leaves are ringing in the cold air, surviving another massive wave of winter fear. The distance grows longer with every passing mile, letting the anxious heartbeat rest for a while. The Queensbridge survival math passes the ultimate test, feeling the sudden relief deep inside the chest. Listen close, let the beat fade out.
Look at the dust. Missed by an inch. Look, the deafening crack still rings inside the ringing ear. Swallowing down a massive gulp of freezing winter fear. Turning the stiff neck slowly to the freezing wall. Surviving the absolute closest terrifying project call. A smoking deep crater sits right inside the red clay. Taking the peaceful thoughts of the mind completely away. The hot lead burrow deep inside the thick concrete. Bringing the brutal reality of the violent street. White plaster dust settles softly on the winter coat. Feeling the terrified pulse beating inside the throat. Tracing the jagged edges of the hole with a thumb. Listening the echoing terrifying street drum. The violent trajectory perfectly lined up with the brain. Standing entirely frozen in the dark winter rain. A hot bullet buried deep inside the cold brick. The sudden realization makes the stomach incredibly sick. Staring at the violent crater right next to the head. Dodging the permanent sleep of the project dead. A hot bullet buried deep inside the cold brick. The sudden realization makes the stomach incredibly sick. The Queensbridge survival map passes a brutal test. Feeling the heavy adrenaline beating in the chest. The enemy shooter vanished down the dark narrow block. Checking the heavy metal magazine of the loaded Glock. The shattered masonry fell right on the dirty floor. Opening a brand new chapter of the neighborhood war. A single slight flinch saved the vital human breath. Escaping the incoming kiss of a violent street death. The heavy smoking metal sits large in the hard stone. Standing completely silent and entirely alone. The paranoid mind replays a terrifying sudden flash. Preparing the tactical gear for a quick midnight dash. The structural damage leaves a permanent visual scar. Watching the speeding tires of a getaway car. Breathing in the pungent smell of burnt gunpowder. Hearing the internal warning alarms ringing louder. A hot bullet buried deep inside the cold brick. The sudden realization makes the stomach incredibly sick. Staring at the violent crater right next to the head. Dodging the permanent sleep of the project dead. A hot bullet buried deep inside the cold brick. The sudden realization makes the stomach incredibly sick. Queensbridge survival map passes a brutal test. Feeling the heavy adrenaline beating in the chest. Yeah. Brush the dust off. Keep moving. Look. Stepping away from the dangerous damaged building wall. Refusing to let the gritty project street soldier fall. The shattered red clay marks a brutal surviving night. Walking away from the chaos of the neighborhood fight. A straight shot missed the intended target by a hair. Leaving the terrified body standing right exactly there. The dark Queensbridge paranoia keeps the vision sharp. Dodging the incoming notes of the deadly heart. The smoking hole serves as a brutal warning sign. Crossing the dangerous invisible midnight project line. Too close. Let the beat fade out. Turn the channel. Stare at the screen. Look. The blue television light glows in the dark room, broadcasting the daily dose of local project doom. A female reporter stands outside the yellow tape, describing another violent neighborhood escape. Eating cold takeout food, sitting on the worn couch, watching the tactical unit detective slowly crouch. The anchor talks about a brutal midnight street hit, staring blankly at the screen where the victims sit. The flashing ambulance lights reflect off the glass, watching the televised images of the tragedy past. A grieving mother screams loud into the microphone, sitting silent and emotionally alone. The heavy violence just feels like regular weather, losing the final piece of the human mental tether. Numb to the news, flashing across the glowing screen. Surviving the desensitized, brutal Queensbridge scene. Watching the body bag zip up tight on the local news. Walking the dark mile in these rugged winter shoes. Numb to the news, flashing across the glowing screen. Surviving the desensitized, brutal Queensbridge scene. The violent headlines feel like a normal daily routine. Processing the trauma of the gritty project machine. Recognizing the brick building on the television set. Wiping away a sudden drop of cold, paranoid sweat. Knowing the exact corner where the chalk outline lies. Showing zero emotion in the exhausted dark eyes. A politician gives a fake speech about street crime. Ignoring the hypocritical waste of broadcast time. The soul turns into a block of freezing solid ice. Paying the ultimate psychological neighborhood price. Death becomes a standard commercial break event. Wondering where the peaceful childhood years went. Clicking the remote control to find a different channel. Wiping the greasy hands on a worn out winter flannel. The raw empathy drained out a very long time ago. Trapped inside the unforgiving concrete undertow. To the news flashing across the glowing screen. Surviving the desensitized brutal Queensbridge scene. Watching the body bag zip up tight on the local news. Walking the dark mile in these rugged winter shoes. Numb to the news flashing across the glowing screen. Surviving the desensitized brutal Queensbridge scene. The violent headlines feel like a normal daily routine. Processing the trauma of the gritty project machine. Yeah. Turn the volume down. Change the station. Look. The weatherman predicts another freezing brutal night. Preparing the tactical gear for the incoming fight. The broadcast moves on to the daily sports scores. Forgetting the casualties of the urban street wars. The cold detachment serves as a mental survival shield. Before the dark terrors of the block are revealed. Shutting the television off to sit in the pitch black. Listening to the distant sound of a sudden attack. The real world outside is much worse than the broadcast. Haunted by the violent ghosts of the neighborhood past. The Queensbridge street soldier remains numb to the pain. Walking outside into the freezing dark winter rain.
Turn it off, turn it off.
Let the beat fade out. Turn it off. Let the beat fade out. Turn it off. Let the beat fade out. Look. Wipe the steam off. Look at the glass. Look. Standing over the porcelain sink in the dim light. Surviving the brutal trauma of the project night. Turning the rusty faucet on to splash the cold water. Washing away the mental stains of the urban slaughter. Staring right into the smudge bathroom mirror pane. Searching for a piece of humanity inside the brain. The reflection staring back looks like a total stranger. Molded by the constant threat of neighborhood danger. The dark bags under the eyes hold a violent past. Wondering how long this gritty survival can last. A frozen hollow gaze replaces the childhood smile. Trapped inside the unforgiving Queensbridge trial. The pupil dilates, adjusting to the flickering bulb. Feeling the paranoid heartbeat pounding in the skull. Unrecognized cold eyes staring through the cracked glass. Watching the fleeting moments of a dark life past. The mirror shows a ruthless soldier built for the war. Forgetting who the reflecting person was before. Unrecognized cold eyes staring through the cracked glass. Watching the fleeting moments of a dark life past. Losing the original original soul to the freezing street, preparing the heavy winter boots for the concrete. Leaning closer to inspect the fresh facial scar, walking the treacherous midnight pavement too far. The reflection mimics every single paranoid twitch, living life right inside the dark neighborhood ditch, trying to find a trace of empathy in the blank stare, breathing in a lung full of the humid bathroom air. The killer in the glass does not blink a single time, hardened by the endless cycle of the project crime, gripping the edge of the sink with a white knuckle hole, realizing the beating heart turned completely freezing cold. A sudden phantom shadow moves right behind the back, spinning around fast, preparing for a sneak attack. The empty room confirms the wicked trick of the mind, leaving the peaceful remnants of the old self behind. Unrecognized cold eyes staring through the cracked glass, watching the fleeting moments of a dog life pass. The mirror shows a ruthless soldier built for the war, forgetting who the reflecting person was before. Unrecognized cold eyes staring through the cracked glass, watching the fleeting moments of a dog life pass. Losing the original soul to the freezing street, preparing the heavy winter boots for the concrete.
Yeah. Shatter the glass, turn off the light. Look. Yeah. Shatter the glass, turn off the light.
Look. Punching the thick silver mirror with a rap fist, adding a broken knuckle to the street survival list. The fractured glass splinters into 1,000 pieces, while the heavy paranoid Queensbridge terror increases. Walking away from the sink, leaving the past dead, storing the violent tactical knowledge inside the head. The ruthless stranger in the reflection takes full control, paying the alternate invisible psychological toll. Stepping out the apartment door into the dark hallway, ready to face the demons of another brutal day. The cold dead eyes scan the quiet corridor ahead, dodging the incoming rain of the neighborhood lead. Watch your reflection, let the beat fade out. Watch your reflection, let the beat fade out.